Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe. Shane-Jahi. Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe. Shane-Jahi. Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe. Shane-Jahi. Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe. Shane-Jahi.
It is time.
So you want to oil paint? Cool. I think I got a couple of things to help you out with that. Go ahead and hit that like button for me, subscribe, and share to one of your friends. I'll be right back. I'm not gonna lie, oil painting can be very intimidating when you first start. I know when I started, I was like, nah, bruh. But after a while, I promise it gets easier. It's just like painting with any other medium, just with different rules to the game. But first, let's run down the list of things you'll need to start oil paint. You'll need a prime surface, preferably a canvas or a wood panel, it's up to you. Paint brushes, which you can find in any Walmart or art supply store. Make sure you get you a pack with a couple different sizes. They're even marked to go with the type of medium you use before. Oil paints. Who would have knew? And there's no need to go all out on if this is your first time oil painting, because this shit can get real expensive very quick. You'll need old rags or paper towels, just something to clean your brush off on. Number 5, you need a paint palette. Artist flex. So you can use a Dollar Tree picture frame to make you a glass paint palette. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Artist flex. Number 1, buy the frame. Number 2, take the stranger danger picture out and paint it gray. Number 4, reinsert the piece of paper back into the frame. Number 5, take the back of it and voila, you got yourself a functioning paint palette. I found out you can mix paint better on glass, so don't say I never gave you nothing. Because oil paint isn't water soluble, meaning you can't clean your brush off with water, you'll need some type of solvent in order to thin your paint and clean your brushes. I know this can sound difficult, but think of it as a water replacement. Just like if you were doing watercolor or acrylic, you would use water to clean your brushes and to thin down your paint. You're only using solvent to do the same thing. I personally use Gamsol or the Mona Lisa brand that you can find at Hobby Lobby. They are both 100% odorless mineral spirits, and they are the standard in classrooms for safety. And you also need a glass jar for your solvent to go into, and also some kind of little tray for you to add your medium into to be mixed with the Gamsol. We'll get to that later. Art flex. If you like peanut butter and jelly mixed up in a cup like I do, don't at me fam. Or you like cheese dip and hot chip, respect my hood chronicles. When you're done with the jars, wash them out and save them to fight another day. Just put a stainless steel Brillo pad in the bottom of them and voila, you have a paintbrush cleaning system. You're welcome. And lastly, number 8, you'll need a paint scraper. You can find these at any hardware store, and you'll be using this to scrape the dried oil paint from your palette. Trust me, it's the best way to do it. Many people are scared to use oil paint because they think it's either toxic or unhealthy, and that can't be further from the truth. Oil paint is made of 2 ingredients. One is oils, that's either saff oil, linseed oil, or poppy seed oil. And then 2, pigment, used to make the colors. You put both together and voila, bam, you got oil paint. Oil paints are natural. If you think about it, oil paint is vegan, but don't eat it. Don't eat it.
I'm serious.
The most dangerous thing about oil painting doesn't even come from the oil paint. It comes from the mediums and solvents used in oil painting. Basically, if you paint in a well-ventilated room, you'll be all good, don't trip. Which now brings us to the wonderful world of mediums. Mediums are additives that can be used for a number of things, either to speed up or slow down drying time, to improve the glossicity of the paint, the consistency of the paint, the transparency of the paint.
Boy, if you don't get...
A few examples of the ones I use. I don't use mediums a lot. I use 2, in fact. I use Gamsol. As I said, Gamsol or the Mona Lisa brand from Hobby Lobby for my solvent. And I use that sometimes to thin my paint out. So if I want to do like a thin see-through layer of paint, I will mix 1 part Gamsol, another part paint, just so it thins it out a little bit more. Another one I use is Gal Kit. Gal Kit is an agent that speeds up the time of drying. Like oil paint could take anywhere from 6 months to a year to dry. Even though it's dry to the touch, underneath the surface it's still drying and the painting is still changing for at least 6 months. So Gal Kit makes it so you're able to add more layers quicker. They also have in the Mona Lisa brand, has a linseed oil that has an agent in it that helps your oil painting dry within 12 hours. And that's what I stand by. That's what I use almost every time now when I oil paint. We can't forget the fat over lean rule. Basically, to break it down, the fat and lean rule, meaning the fat is the mediums added because they tend to add a thicker consistency. The consistency is a lot more like honey when you introduce it to the painting. Solvent is a lot thinner because it's used to thin your paint. So fat and lean, fat mediums, lean solvent. Fat mediums, lean solvent. Now that we covered all that, let's go over safety. Safety tip number 1, work in a well-ventilated room. A lot of these things give off a lot of fumes that can make you dizzy. Just protect yourself, protect your nose. Make sure you open the window. Make sure that there are vents and there's a circulating current in the room. Number 2, read the labels of all of your materials. Number 3, don't eat your materials and don't eat around your materials. Number 4, a lot of the stuff used in oil painting is very flammable, so don't smoke or bring a flame around your oil painting materials. You're supposed to make fire, not be on fire. Number 5, and the biggest of all, do not pour paint thinner down the drain. Number 1, it's illegal and it's very unhealthy. Paint thinner is made so you can use it a number of times. Let's say you've done a session of painting and then your paint thinner is dirty. What you do is you leave it overnight in a jar. When you wake up in the morning, all the paint will have settled at the bottom. You then take that and pour the clear liquid into another jar, and then you'll have the remnants of the paint left in the bottom of the jar. You wipe that out with a paper towel, throw the paper towel away, and you live to fight another day. All right, now that you kind of know what you're doing, get out there and be hands-on. Make some masterpieces, make some mistakes. Or as Art Guy says,
we don't make mistakes, we have happy accidents.
Please just make something. I hope you like this. I hope y'all join me again. I'll be back soon. I love y'all. 1. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe. Tell your friends about me. Tell your mama's friends about me. I'm here all day. 1.